Welcome to Treeland School, where birds and squirrels have recess all day long. Thank you for coming to be with me today. I think you're going to like today's story. The more we get together, 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 the more we get together, the happier we'll be. It's so nice that each day we get to decide if we're going to choose to be happy. Does it matter how many friends you have? Not really. Sometimes you have just a few. And sometimes we feel like we don't have any friends at all. Sometimes friends come and sometimes they go, and that's okay. Some friends last a long time, and some don't. Like Miss Popcorn's friend you'll find out about. Some go in another direction, but when you don't feel like you have a friend, keep looking around and be friendly to other people. And a friend will eventually show up. Also, don't forget to be your own friend. Give yourself a hug and be good to yourself. Well, today's story is a schoolyard tale about Miss Popcorn Goat, and I want to show you a picture. This is her. She turned around because somebody walked up and she wanted to see if they had a bouquet of stickers for her. And then here's another one of Miss Popcorn Goat back there. She's reaching up like this because she sees a branch of a tree and she wants to get those tasty leaves. She always loved to reach up high and get things. And then in a minute you'll find out her friend. Miss Popcorn Goat has a pet rabbit. The summer at Treeland School was long and hot. The scorching sun beat down, hammering the grass into submission. But Miss Popcorn, a white pygmy goat, knew just what to do to beat the heat. Every afternoon, this school mascot went to the shady side of the school. She enjoyed being there by her favorite picnic table. She loved gingerly stepping atop the table when she was in the mood, since she just loved being in high places. Anytime she saw a chance, she would step up to the highest place there was. But in the heat of the day, she enjoyed the feel of laying on the ground. She could snuggle into the soil to cool off. One day, a teacher noticed something move beside her. Miss Popcorn had found a friend. There was a little field rabbit just a few inches from her, looking happy as could be. There they sat, just enjoying each other's company. Some kids don't want to call the rabbit a pet. Some people preferred calling them friends because they really were friends. Sometimes friends don't have to use words to enjoy being together. They would just sit there in the summer heat, enjoying the shade. If you've ever been real hot and you go sit in the shade, it feels very good. People figured the bunny must have come from the rabbit warren way behind the schoolyard. Nobody was ever allowed to go there because we didn't want to disturb the community. The kids liked knowing they were protecting their very own rabbit city. Sometimes a student or two would ask for a gate walk to take a break from their hard schoolwork. Miss Landers, their teacher, usually peeked out to be sure they were safe. She would see them veer off toward the shady area to spy on Miss Popcorn and her pet rabbit. The two animal friends never failed to show up right there every afternoon. The students always returned to class with a contented smirk. Miss Landers would turn her head and grin to herself because she knew what they'd been doing. And it was a good break from all their hard work. The children all wondered what the goat's rabbit companion told her friends and cousins back in the warren. However, over a school break, the lovely bunny disappeared. No one ever knew what happened. But when Miss Landers brought the sad news to the classroom, one boy was particularly affected. That weekend, he and his dad showed up with a new rabbit hutch and a rabbit that looked almost like a relative of Miss Popcorn. Here she is, Miss Popcorn's friend and her new rabbit hutch. All the students were glad to see Miss Popcorn welcome her new pet. That silly goat would open the top of the hutch and stick her head in to say hi to her friend. That was hard on the door and the hinges, but it was such a kick to watch that the man with the white hair kept replacing parts till it finally fell completely apart. So Miss Popcorn found another way to visit her new pet goat. The newly repaired hutch was placed next to the goat run so that that funny goat would often go over and nuzzle the fence, pushing way into the wire of the hutch and spend time just looking and visiting with her rabbit friend. We were all relieved, since just after the disappearance, our precious goat mascot had gone to the place where she shared her afternoon rest with her rabbit friend, and it made us kind of sad to see her keep looking around for her bun-bun. Now that she had a new companion, she began to perk up. We were all happy about that. But that's another story, and it's in bunny language, so I don't know it. I always like to do a song with my stories. This one is to the tune of My Bonnie Lies Over the Ocean. The sun can almost sting you. It makes your face have a frown. Miss Popcorn got off of her high place and nuzzled into the ground. Then she saw a rabbit who sat down beside her and snoozed. Each day those two met up in the afternoon shade. Now this time you can sing it with me. The hot sun almost can sting you. It makes your face have a frown. Miss Popcorn got off of her high place and nuzzled into the ground. Then she saw a rabbit who sat down beside her and snoozed. Each day those two met up in the afternoon shade. That was a fun story, and it was fun to watch the rabbit and the goat. When I tell the story, I almost feel like I'm there. But I guess it's time to say so long. Thank you for letting me tell you a story today. So long, it's been good to see you. Remember to be kind to yourself, be a friend to yourself, and be friendly with other people. And make yourself a happy day. Don't forget to subscribe so we can have another story on another day. So long. Bye-bye.